are on.
Turn off Family Guy. Hello! Hello, everyone! Welcome to a new episode of C&C Bros. Where we play copyrighted material in the background.
Oh, yeah. Wait, would Fox
Oh,
sue
God.
us or would Adult Swim sue us?
Both of them, maybe. This is George's channel, though.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Would
Jesus.
Fox sue George or would
Banned in Germany.
Adult Swim
Let's go.
sue George?
Anyway, we've got an exciting show for you guys tonight. Mostly because, you know, that Twitch stream came out and we watched it together as a group of friends, but we didn't live react on the stream because that would have been impossible for all of us at the time. But we're here now, and we want to give you guys most of our thoughts on the matter. It's kind of important because this is the next generation of gaming from Nintendo. Would you say that this is like before the first of the next generation of consoles before the PS5 or Xbox One S or whatever it's called comes
No.
out? Or would you say that this is them catching up?
They can't catch up if they haven't caught up. You can't catch up to the old systems when the older systems just released newer revamped systems of the same system that are almost 2 times more powerful than the systems that were just out. So no.
What do you think, George?
Okay. My internet bugged, so I missed half that question.
I figured that's what happened. So I was saying, it was like, would you consider this console, like the Nintendo Switch, to be like the first of like the next generation of consoles before the Xbox and the PlayStation come out?
No, I think if anything, this is really what they intended to do in the first place.
Just a
So
hell
it's
of a
kind
lot sooner.
So it's kind of like yeah, okay, thing happened. This is what we had in mind, but we didn't quite execute it the right way. Here's what we were trying to do, you know, late 2012, know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think they've caught up with their technology a little bit. And the fact that they've already got something out after the Wii U so soon, well, I do agree with you, and I think this is what they were aiming towards, but they were just slowly pushing the limits, and they were still getting it right while not being too invested in the Wii U as a console because they didn't do a lot with it. And that's the truth.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
But
that's
they
because
still-
they couldn't.
Well, they had good IPs on the Wii U, and they had good games, but it was just such a forgotten console, and they didn't have enough faith in it. I feel like. Well, let me say this: Nintendo had faith in it, but they didn't have an investment in it, and no one else had faith in it, and that's why no third parties would develop for it. Did George pop out again?
I have no
I did for like a second.
This is gonna be terrible. Let's
It's
go
also
ahead.
worth- Huh?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's also noteworthy that like initially before the Wii U came out, there wasn't really any kind of like heads up, no specs sent to third party developers early on. So when it did come out, it was I won't say quite a bit of a shock, but it was kind of out of left field. A few devs were off put by the fact because it's like there was even a statement like given to Nintendo, ironically by someone from, but it's basically like, you know, bringing this console, but you didn't hit up any third parties for any kind of, you know, opinions, feedback, ways to dev for this console. You know, we do see how tables turn, and we get a game for the 8th time.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about it because I did watch the whole thing again with Colin. Not Colin, Tim Geddes. I watched him react to it like the whole time, so I ended up watching the entire conference again. So, what do you guys want to talk about first in terms of the Nintendo Switch? Because I kind of want to talk about the controllers.
Okay, wait, hold on. Talk about the overall presentation first. The presentation as a presentation. What did you think of the presentation?
Okay.
I feel like they did their best to show off like the quirkiness of the console, and I think they did their best to like show off like how different and like how much of a unique experience it was. But the conference itself was more than a little bit disjointed. But I do think that they did a good job of showing off like its technical capabilities. But they did a very piss poor job of showing off like launch games or any games really, because like we saw some that were announced there, but like not enough. I feel like, because I think the ones that we saw like the most of were Mario Odyssey. We saw a lot of ARMS, which is basically like a Wii Sports game, and then we saw the actual, Wii Sports game that's coming, like that's being like packaged with it. What's it called? Switch to Play or whatever.
1-2 Switch.
1-2 Switch.
Jesus.
1-2 Switch, from what I saw, was actually not going to be packaged.
It's not. Ooh.
How much is that game? Please tell me how much it is.
If it has to be like $30-$40.
I gotta go back and look. This was based off the like flyer I had to pass out at work.
Well, like,
that being said, though, like, reason behind that is because they're like trying to push Zelda bundling.
Well, they're gonna have to, because that's the only game that's
on Amazon. I pulled it up on Amazon. That game's $50.
50? Okay.
That's not good. And
we don't know what all is on it.
I don't need to know what all is on it.
Like playing devil's advocate, we don't know what all is on it.
I don't need to know what all is on it.
Of course,
if it costs more than that game, that Shelly and Nathan played, like at parties, that was like that you had to use like the motion sensors on the PS4 controller. I forget what it's called.
No, Brian, that was free.
You talking about
I know that was free. If it costs more than that, then it's bad. That's too much, because that game should have been packaged with it.
Apparently, Platinum Games may have made 1-2 Switch, so maybe that's why it's been.
Stop that.
No, seriously, there's a rumor going around that Platinum Games made that game.
Platinum Games is a good developer.
That game is WarioWare as hell. That was in-house. You say rumor, show me the Carfax.
Bro, pretty much all the rumors about the Switch have come true.
Actually, no. Rumor was that it was going to MSRP at $250.
Huh?
And it's $300.
It's $300.
Yeah, no.
Rumor was that it was going to MSRP at $250. Not all the rumors have come true.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying.
Also, its release date was rumored.
Also, the release date. In fact, it came out earlier than its projected release date.
Which is even stupider.
Because no one has enough time to get that money.
That contradicts your argument.
I said most. All you did was give me 3.
I don't like how I do like that it's coming out so early, but I do have to wonder, like, who's going to be able to fork over $300 in the next 2 months?
Refund, boys.
I could literally give them $300 in 2 weeks.
I mean, I could too if I just forwent my like student loan payment for a month.
I mean, you could.
I could.
You could.
I think you'd be good for a good 20 years.
I mean, if you'd have
No, that would fuck up my credit so fast.
If you'd have traded in an Xbox One, you'd have gotten an extra $75.
Too bad I don't own that.
I thought about it.
You have a PS4.
But I don't want to give that away.
$75.
Why would I want
Extra
$75 for the console I spent $400 on?
An extra $75.
But the PS4 is $250 now, bundled with Uncharted. It's less than the Switch,
Shit,
which is
you're right.
weaker than the PS4.
But it's still 500 gigs, right?
Yeah.
Still not worth it.
Yeah, PS4 is still 500.
Yeah, like I need like an expansion for that because I am running out of space.
Dude,
like
then buy a hard drive.
I am about to because I'm gonna have to because as soon as I get Kingdom Hearts 2.8, like I downloaded that digitally, or I'm gonna download it digitally.
There you go. I just looked it up on Amazon. It's like $40.
What, a hard drive?
Yeah.
Oh, where? For a terabyte?
A 1 terabyte hard drive that you could just stick on there. Hold on.
George, why are you mad?
Because this one said PS4.
I'm not mad. I was asking. I was like, really, for a hard drive? Like, I might get that.
No, you said you're livid.
Oh, that was when I mentioned Skyrim coming out for like the 8th time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another launch title.
I'm mad at Bethesda.
I saw people on
mad at
the
Bethesda.
group are like, oh, and I could play Skyrim. You didn't play Skyrim 7 years ago?
Guys, before we move on with the rest of this actual Nintendo Switch conversation, I do want to touch on the fact that like I watched another like recap of what Scalebound was going to be, and I was like, oh man, I would have loved that game.
Yeah, but that game was not performing well in the slightest.
It wasn't. I don't think that was the problem. Because it was in pre-alpha stage.
That was exactly the problem.
Microsoft.
That was pre-alpha though, Shelly. They would have fine-tuned that.
Dude, they showed that game 3 times at 3 different events.
And it was in pre-alpha.
Phil Spencer kills Scalebound.
That game was scheduled to come out like last year, but they delayed it. The game was not in pre-alpha.
It was a pre-alpha.
It performed like it was in pre-alpha. But
yeah, it did.
No, it was in pre-alpha. That's why they delayed it, because it was still in pre-alpha. Phil Spencer killed Scalebound. Good night, everybody.
It looked good though. Like it was basically Final Fantasy 15, but with Bayonetta controls. It was more of an action RPG than Final Fantasy 15 would have been.
Wait mode, boys.
Anyway, looking at that game, like I was very sad to see that like it looked good and it looked drop-in co-op, like that's fun. Like I love drop-in co-ops. It's like the Lego games, like you could just like pop in and be like, ah, bitch, and leave.
On release, no DLC. Your move, Square Enix.
Yeah, exactly. That's what Final Fantasy Versus 13 was gonna be. You could just do drop-in co-op. Or you could just do like I always like shit, what am I trying to say?
We have one viewer. Let me go look at that.
We do have one viewer. It's probably me.
Oh, that's me. I think.
That's you. Let me double check, make sure it's not Ethan.
Ethan, is it you? If it is, comment butt. Like B-U-T-T butt. But okay. Anyway, back to the Nintendo Switch.
I typed in 1 terabyte hard drive on Google. Right now, look at Best Buy, $59.99.
Not an external. You need to specifically find an internal for the PS4.
That's like a terabyte?
Yeah.
Can I store it externally somewhere else?
No, no attachments. That's Xbone and I think Wii only takes up to a certain amount.
I typed
but
in
for the
1
PS4, you have to like
PS4, and like all these came up. One's $39.99, one's $49.99, one's $59.99, one's $57.99.
Why are they going up? It's still 1 terabyte.
Yeah, but some hard drives are better than others, obviously.
Yeah, some of the branding. But yeah, no, you have to specifically buy a one for PS4, and you have to like replace the one that's inside your current PS4.
That sounds like a pain in the ass.
None of that plug and save mess.
You can just save your stuff all to the cloud. Then you got to re-download all your stuff.
I mean,
that's
what
what I don't want to do. I'm gonna have to end up deleting The Last of Us, and that's like the one game that I don't want to get rid of.
I already deleted The Last
mean,
of Us. But every time I delete it, I put it back on there in like, I don't know, a few
3
months.
I mean, you would end up deleting it to play the second one anyway, wouldn't you?
That's not gonna be here for another 4 years.
I haven't bought a physical game in a year. I don't know.
Like that's the thing. Like, I just don't have any. I don't have any room anymore. I'm gonna have to delete Final Fantasy 14 for a while though, because like I want to play that again, but it's not happening anytime soon.
If you had games that actually played off the disc cartridge.
I want a cartridge.
I mean, that's what the Switch is gonna be, and it's gonna work for it.
I don't want a cartridge. When I have a handheld, I want all my shit digital. That's what I have with my Vita too. All my shit was digital. All my shit was digital.
Save the digital world.
Oh yeah.
But
I still haven't beaten that game.
Digital world.
I still haven't beaten that game.
Brian, it's hard to beat the game. It's like hard to beat the game.
I just don't want to switch out Overwatch at this point. All it is that I don't want to pull that disc out of my box and put it in my PS4.
You said box really weird.
You did say box really weird.
I was probably thinking about what I was going to say next, and I ended up having a bad inflection on it.
That's got to be some kind of innuendo.
Yeah. But anyway,
we're off on a tangent.
We're on a tangent. Let's get back to the Switch. The conference was weird.
That's how awful that presentation was.
The conference was weird.
You start talking about,
but it worked kind of.
If I may start to play devil's advocate again, because I feel like I'm gonna be doing it the entire night.
You're gonna have to be doing it because you're the only fanboy here. Like I'm the interested third party. Shelly's the.
I prefer the term loyalist.
I don't hate Nintendo. I hate what Nintendo has become.
No, you just hate them.
You just hate them.
Dude, I've owned every Nintendo platform except for the Wii U.
You haven't owned a DS or a 3DS.
Okay, besides all the handhelds.
That's not every platform. That's what Nintendo is, a handheld platform, basically.
You know what I mean. I mean console.
Are you hurt? Did they hurt you?
How did they hurt you? Where did they hurt you?
Shelly,
well, what happened?
We want you to come back home.
I had a GameCube, and then they made this thing called the Wii, and I got really excited, and my mom got it for me for Valentine's Day, and I was like, oh my god, I got a Wii. So I started playing Wii Sports. I'm like, man, this is fun, but man, I'm sure I'm getting bored playing just Wii Sports. And then I realized all these other games suck. Who's making stuff for this console? Nobody.
Everyone made stuff for the Wii.
Yeah.
Even people who had no business making games.
Yeah, that was the problem. It wasn't that it was nobody.
Everybody was.
That were.
And then,
it's that it was everybody.
Then something wonderful happened. Someone at CyberConnect 2 decided, hey, let's make Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. I mean 2. And I said, okay, I'm going to get a PS3, get Uncharted, and then I got PS3. And I never touched my Wii again. And then I lost my Wii in a tornado, but my PS3 survived the tornado.
He chose one over the other.
It was fate.
He saved one and let the other die.
Fate came out on the 3DS. I don't know what you're talking about.
I like my DSs. I've always liked them. I remember when I first got them because I was anticipating Pokemon coming out, like Diamond and Pearl. I was like, all right, I better get that Pokemon Dash. You remember it? I got that DS back straight after it came out.
Going back to the presentation aspect of the stream, and this is me out of like personal experience because I've watched a lot of presentations. I have never seen Kimishima like give any kind of statement live. So between him and all the people he had up there with him, I kind of got it, because as much as I prided myself on studying like Nintendo staff, half of these people I had never seen. I mean, I saw the Split. I knew who the Splatoon guy was, and then they brought their third-party developers. I saw Goichi Suda. That was when the translator was about to like. But other than that,
You mean when the translator got killed by Reggie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Legitimately, I'm not sure if ever have some of the people presenting on stage have ever presented before. And then they had to tease us at the end by having, you know, Reggie, Miyamoto, Aonuma, Shibata, all of them. You know, people who were used to doing this, familiar faces and faces that people had expected to see.
Okay, like literally.
So
Oh, keep going, George.
Go ahead.
No, you can go.
I was gonna say I'll give them that they were trying something new. What with all the new people being a part of the staff.
Oh yeah.
People don't stick around forever. So yeah, I'll even admit, for me, the presentation was weird. I was more hyped out seeing like what the console could do and the games we were going to get to really read into it. But it was probably their first time doing this. So and it probably made more sense for Japan to watch than for us watching and listening to whoever that was translating and got killed.
Yeah, I want to know. We need to find someone from Japan to see what they thought about the presentation.
I mean, real talk.
I think that actually would be a good idea.
The only good part of that presentation was like the last 2 minutes. I don't even like Zelda, but that was like the only good part.
That was a fantastic trailer. Zelda
that
15.
Trailer had me in tears.
That's because you're drinking.
That's because you're drinking.
No.
George was
the emotion. Stop. The emotional impact that voice acting, even though I understood maybe like a third of what they said, the emotional impact that voice acting brought to the trailer, on top of the new direction the music was taking, like,
I won't lie, like that music was fucking lit. That music was
JRPG as hell. Like,
disgusting. Good God. I'm not even like jokingly saying like I know like I may Zelda 15, like I get it, Legend of Zelda 15. Like that's what it felt like. That's what it looks like. That's what it sounded like.
Phantom pain.
Oh my God.
Pretty good demon.
No, but like that soundtrack legitimately sounded like, I don't know who's composing it. It sounded like Yoko Shimomura and whoever the hell did the 13 trilogy soundtrack like had an not an unholy child, but just like a prodigy. Like they just had this prodigy of a son, and he came out and he just like pissed goodness all over this game soundtrack. Good God.
It's like he pissed goodness all over the game soundtrack, and then pissed badness all over the presentation.
Yeah. Everything else suffered because that trailer was too good. It sucked all the good out of the room.
The best part about the soundtrack is that still Koji Kondo composing it, and if it is, then he has stepped his game up immensely. Like,
because those piano chords like sounds like a Yoko thing. Like I heard her and I was I don't know if that's Koji or not. Like I don't know what he does. I don't know what he's done since Ocarina of Time. Wait, has he always done the composition for Zelda?
Yeah, he's always been that dude. I mean, he's probably had help. He's probably had help along the way, a hand in it in the older games, but he's still kind of, yeah. He's pretty much been the main dude though.
Like, damn. But
yeah,
I will say, before we get off on a Breath of the Wild tangent, I was really impressed with like the controllers. of the Switch. Like I do like them. I think that the shoulder buttons are really tiny, but I'll get used to it, I guess, if I ever get a Switch.
A slide thing that really helps out the shoulder buttons a great deal.
Yeah, and you can get a Pro controller for the game. It looks ugly as shit, but you can get one
for $70.
Yep.
Yeah, if you want to play a game the right way, you just fork over $70.
And that's another point I want to bring up. Like, I want to bring up their pricing because their pricing on everything's weird as shit, and Nintendo's obviously trying to bleed people out of their money.
Well, hold up, because I said I was going to explain some of that. I'll be honest, and I will hold the L that I can't explain all of it, but I guarantee
that's fine.
The majority of it, I can tell you why it makes sense.
The paid online service is the next thing I want to talk about.
Oh, we're gonna get into that.
That's another thing I want to talk about, but I still want to talk about the controller first. Like, I was really impressed with like the HD Rumble thing that they told it. I legitimately was like, oh, that's a good idea.
Are you a child?
I like how. I don't care.
I like how they're milking the cow. I like how they're just putting ice in here.
No, they're improving the technology that's there, and if other people can implement similar technology, then we're going to get better experiences.
They're
going to get better of experiences in the overall gameplay. Like, I think that it's cool.
Water technology,
Brian.
I think that it's cool. I think that it's cool because you know what? This is only going to get better, and if they find an interesting and new way to implement like the capabilities of these controllers and this motion sensing, like you can look people in the eye now, and you don't even have to look at a screen, and it'll be able to tell. Like, that's cool.
Friendly reminder that Nintendo R&D is developing VR.
Brian,
that's awesome.
Brian,
no, Shelly, this is awesome.
Brian,
and it's new, and
I'm not
saying it's gonna.
They've already had this.
They've had prototypes of this shit.
Brian, it's the Wii. We've done this gimmick already.
No, Shelly, it's getting better. That's the point. Everything gets better with time. Even if it's the same shit, it gets better.
Brian, we're past
VR right now. No, VR right now is a gimmick, and it's not at a place where I would want to invest in it. But you know what? Over the years, VR is going to get more advanced. They're going to make more games for it, and they're going to improve how we play video games with VR. And when that happens, that doesn't matter.
It kind of does.
VR is always going to stick around. They might stop making games for it in a little bit.
Okay,
They're going to keep making VR games. And they're going to keep making VR experiences for different things. That may not be games.
That was an asinine statement.
But you know what? No, shut up. Listen to me. They're gonna. VR is going to be around for a while.
No, that is not true.
And it may not stick. It may not be in the form of video games. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's starting in video games to get its feet wet. They may abandon video games for VR for a while, but eventually VR is gonna like marry that technology again, and they're gonna make it even better than it already is. And we might get good shit. We might get like a terrifying like landscape of fucking Sword Art Online maybe one day, MMO bullshit. But you know what? We're not there yet, and that's why I don't personally want to invest in it. I was just having this conversation earlier today, but
you don't want to invest in it. Why are you?
I don't want to invest in it because
out of VR.
Because it's gonna be good one day. It's not there yet.
Brian,
you have to invest
in it. What? Brian, if you don't
I don't want to buy a console. I don't want to buy a VR console yet because I know I'm not going to have a good time personally because it's janky as hell, and because I'm going to get motion sick. That's me. But I'm excited to see what else they can do with it, and then I might risk, a fucking bout of motion sickness to play some fucking Phantom Pain. That's an example. But what if they had Metal Gear Solid VR, the VR experience, and you could actually go? If you could actually, I don't know what it would be for.
It's like for one, that would be horrible.
I'm gonna stop.
That might be cool.
Stop you right there. we would never get a sufficient Metal Gear VR experience because Kojima is no longer working with Konami. So you would need a different and more sufficient example than Metal Gear VR, unless they rehashed a pre-existing game and gave it VR capabilities.
Also, is Metal Gear predominantly a third-person game or is it a first-person game?
It could be both.
Third.
Which is better?
Well, yeah. It you switch. No, it's not a matter of like you have the option to play the entire game like this or the entire game like this.
Okay,
like,
okay. Well, when you're in VR, you're gonna
Snake
it's
or
gonna play
Raiden,
the
and then
entire time like first person. So, which did you like better?
I had to switch between like both in order to accomplish.
But you're not going to be able to
functions.
switch between both with the VR. So again,
But that's a part of the experience.
That doesn't matter.
You're putting yourself in.
Won't be there
No,
because
shut
you're
the
in
fuck
VR.
up.
Brian, why are you telling
No.
me to shut up? I'm giving you valid points. Why won't you listen to my valid
But
points?
you're not listening to my valid points.
Because you're not letting me finish.
Well, I'm not letting you finish because you're stupid. This is the best string we've ever had. Bar none. No, but that would be a part of the experience because you know, like how they're doing like first person with Resident Evil. Resident Evil has been fucking third person for games now, games upon games. I think it's always been that way, hasn't it? Except for like 2.
Oh, I don't know.
George?
I
Spot
have
me,
not
George.
played 2.
I'm not talking about Resident Evil 2. I'm thinking about like
is
other Resident Evil games, like because I don't.
They're trying to make that Resident Evil game like Out West, so that's why it's like first person and stuff.
Yeah, but like that's what they're doing. They're taking it in a new
I
direction.
highly doubt that Resident Evil game would be good.
I don't believe you. I disagree significantly.
Why? Do you like Resident Evil?
I believe it'll be better than what 5 and 6 have been.
Oh, that's definitely probably true. I still don't think it'll be
I
good.
do believe that much.
I think that for a VR a game, that's basically what it is, a VR game. I think that it will add a unique experience and that it'll take the franchise into a new direction. And that's what I'm thinking about when I say, like, what if we got like a stealth game that was a VR, or like a stealth VR game where you're actually like having to hide like under boxes or shit or around corners and like your heart's pounding and you're hoping that this guy doesn't turn around and see your ass. Like that would be exciting. And then you could like do like silent takedowns. You could choke a bitch.
While running
HD Rumble, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, we are on HD Rumble still. That was what this conversation started on. I like where this technology is, and I like what they're doing with it because, like, think about it. Like, they could make some cool things with that. Like, it's a gimmick now, and it may remain a gimmick. But I am excited to see. I am excited to see.
I would actually play that.
How far they can take this technology and how much they can implement it into the games that they're going to make. I want to see what Nintendo can do because Nintendo can make some fun shit with weird shit.
That's right, because it's going to be only Nintendo using that gimmick. No third parties will be using that gimmick.
People thought the same thing about motion control. Now everybody jacking that style.
Not really. The motion controls kind of died out.
Touch elements. Look what's happened to those. That's everywhere.
Well, that's because we have cell phones and everything now. So.
Yeah, but cell phones.
Yeah, I ain't gonna.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I can't put a timestamp on that one.
Why are you comparing touching to motion controls? Because
touching is good. Remember that catchphrase when the DS came out?
Is that what they said? Touching's good?
Touching is good.
Always touch it.
Touch it first.
Yeah. GameCube was like, who are you? DS was touching is good. Wii U is we would like to play.
EA games challenge everything.
You remember those funny ass like Game Boy SP ads where the guy would be like hugging his prom date, but like playing Metroid behind her back?
Oh yeah, dog, that was me. Anyway, Okay, so we did the ice water technology, HD Rumble, talking about controllers. NeoGAF revealed, which then I'm pretty sure proved to be true. Hori would be releasing the fight pad and the Real Arcade Pro fight stick, which personally makes me really happy. Because fight games.
What's the fight stick for?
The Switch.
It's like an arcade thing, isn't it?
Well, yes, that's obviously what a fight stick is. But what's the fight stick for?
Like what games?
Yeah.
Ultra Street Fighter 2 Final Challenge, and there's a Blaze Blue title coming to the Switch.
When is that?
ArcSys has not said because they're too busy shoving Guilty Gear down everybody's throats. Because Revelator just came out not too long ago, and they're already going to release Rev 2 this year. So for people who already bought Revelator, sorry, here's another game with 2 more characters. ArcSys has their own problems to deal with. Like why we don't have Persona 4 Arena Ultimax 2.0 and why people have had to crack the arcade cabinet and download it on PC. I didn't say that. But
well,
oh, you must be playing that ice water simulator.
I actually have Ultimax 2.0 now. They nerfed kanji. Poor baby.
Okay, see, here's the thing with that HD Rumble. If you really wanted to show it off, you would have actually showed off the game ARMS with like.
Why are you trying to come back and attack me now?
Because you got me started with drinking ice water.
I don't want to drink ice water. I want to drink hot.
Okay.
Because this goes back to how the presentation was just god awful.
Bittersweet response to that. They did show off a lot of that with ARMS at the Treehouse presentation that next morning. Thing is, people don't really watch the Treehouse presentation.
Exactly.
But I will also go back and say it's your fault for not watching the Treehouse presentation.
It is not our fault.
It's Nintendo's fault for not watching. It's your fault.
Nintendo's fault. They knew when the most people
I
would be
wouldn't watch
watching
them because I hate them. They should have known better that I wouldn't have watched something that I thought was stupid.
Okay, Brian. Okay. Would you watch E3 or would you watch the little pre-show before E3? No, George.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm gonna let Brian answer, but I'm gonna bring you back to something. Go ahead.
I've always watched both, honestly.
No, you don't.
Okay. I've watched both because I always end up getting bored before E3, so I end up watching it. Yes, I do.
You watch every little presentation?
No, I watched what I watch and then I stopped watching.
Oh, okay then. Thank you.
But I watch it still. That's the point. You didn't even watch it. You just skipped it.
Okay,
that's what I want.
Like most people, you just tune in for the event.
No, I tune in for what I want to watch, and then I stop watching.
Okay, again, like I said, like most people, we just tune in for the event.
You're putting words in his mouth.
You can't put words in my mouth. It's physically impossible.
It is physically impossible.
Gross.
You heard it here, folks.
But yeah, no, I want to take you back to that. Also,
by the way, did you see what I put in the messenger?
Yes, I'm trying to figure out what this is.
You don't get it?
Oh, no, I didn't actually click on it first.
You dumbass.
Also, because it's not E3 yet, and there's also going to be a handful of things to present there.
Just steal some animals, you stupid asshole.
Oh, yeah, now I've seen this one. Cyrus being all grandiose. That, and there's another presentation this week.
Okay. No one knows about it.
There kind of has to be because the system's coming out in like less than a month. Or yeah, less than 2 months.
There was the Switch presentation. There was the Treehouse Live where you got to watch them play things. There's going to be a Fire Emblem Direct this week covering Fire Emblem Warriors.
What do you need to know about it? It's a Warriors game.
Hold up, because I don't know if I'd be compromising anything by saying this out loud. I really don't. I'm confused here because I don't know. There's some stuff at work and
Work won't care.
Does work listen to this?
Only when we say stuff we're not supposed to.
right.
Like, how many times have I said something that I regret afterwards? Lots.
I'm just gonna listen to George's stream today, just cause.
All right. Okay. So if you try to reserve the game, it's in the system. It's in the system, but it's also in the system as being unable to be reserved right now, which, normally that doesn't happen unless it's about to become available soon. And so if that is the case, pending the direct, you'll also get a release window, a release date,
You'll get a release
however it ends up falling. And so with that, we're probably going to get more on the game than what we've seen, which is just a series of swords, and then woohoo, Crom is finally in a game that's not Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Or
nobody really played
or
that.
Awakening.
If it was close to release, they would have already given a release date.
And they also would have shown more gameplay.
Or at least a season.
They're waiting for the direct to give any information is what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's close to release. I'm saying they're waiting to say something.
When's the direct? This weekend?
The 18th, I believe.
This company's retarded.
Tell us how you really feel.
This company's literally retarded.
I don't know, man.
Because it's on a Wednesday?
Oh, well, no, that's not why.
I was like...
Just because it's a Wednesday.
I was like, do you have something against Wednesdays? Like, dang.
That does remind me that I do need to activate my new debit card tomorrow morning.
Jesus, Brian.
Oh, okay, then.
Brian, activate your new debit card tomorrow morning. Yeah, January 18th, 2017. I'm
going to break you. What? Like a Kit Kat bar.
Well, now that that's out of the way.
Is that what you set to go off when you need to go do that?
What, to go to the Kit bar?
Oh God. What am I trying to say? Anyway, back to the conference. What have we talked about? We talked about the controller. We talked about HD Rumble.
We talked about Zelda, but we're probably going to talk about Zelda.
We're going to talk about Zelda some more later on. That'll be the last thing.
Scenes.
Let's talk about price point.
Okay,
I'm going to start off. Internet service along with that.
I'm going to start off. A pair of Joy-Cons are worth $80 because they suffice for 2 controllers, and Wii remotes already off the bat cost $40 each. So you're basically paying for 2 controllers.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the Joy-Cons being that expensive. Like, honestly, like PS3
I'm worried
controllers
about the Joy-Cons being that expensive.
Of course you are. Tell me why. Tell me why you want something to be less expensive than it become more or less expensive than it already is when a PS4 controller is $60.
Because what Nintendo wants you to do is go out and play with your friends, and when you play with your friends, you need more controllers. So you have to drop a whole nother $80 right there. Nintendo's marketed at children, and children tend to lose things. And when children lose things, you have to go buy them again. So
where does it say they're marketed to children?
I saw no children in that.
There was no child in the trailer.
And that trailer with all the preteens.
Snipper Clippers. There you go. There's your answer.
Snipper Clippers?
You didn't watch Snipper Clippers?
No.
Go look up Snipper Clippers.
That sounds like a racial slur.
Doesn't it?
It kind of does. I feel
like I don't know what it is, but the white guy in me is feeling really uncomfortable right now.
Don't look up Snipper Clippers and tell me that Nintendo's not marketed to children.
He's gonna have He's gonna have to
Please
do it
look
because
it up.
I'm scared to make my internet do anything else.
Please go on YouTube and look up Snipper Clippers.
Can we do it after
Gee,
this?
I'll take one.
Like we gotta.
I'll do it.
Brian,
You
look
two
at-
debate amongst yourselves for price point while I look up snipper clippers, and I that still makes me uncomfortable.
Because he's gonna type it in and just look at a thumbnail and go, "What the fuck is this?"
Okay, I'll look at the thumbnail because that doesn't take anything. This better not mess up my search history.
I don't see anything for Nintendo. You do mean snipper clippers, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, Snipper Clips. It's Snipper Clips.
You
Okay.
dipshit.
Okay, that's why I was like, "What?" Oh.
Oh
name of the game?
God.
Oh.
Okay.
God.
I saw that, but I was like, "What is this?" Okay, but anyway, Street Fighter.
They're trying to fill in the shape of an ass with these two things. That's the first thing I see.
That's what kind of game it's gonna be. Shelly's like, it's marketed at children. A bunch of college folks gonna buy it and get really wasted, and then
Yeah, like most Nintendo titles, they're for children.
Did you see the Pikachu?
I did.
Good.
See, here's the thing about Nintendo. Children don't want Nintendo products. The people who want Nintendo products are George
Adults.
and the people who grew up with the Super Nintendos. Because kids
I
don't
think
have.
so.
Brian, think about this clearly, right quick. Because children nowadays want PS4s and Xbox Ones because those are the
No, they
main
don't.
I want numbers.
Children want
I
what their
want
parents
numbers.
give them. Children want what their parents give them, and parents are more comfortable with giving them a Nintendo product. That's why
Brian,
they get Nintendo products.
Brian, think about when you were a child in first grade.
For God's sake, Shelly, did you
Brian.
not see the parental controls trailer that they released with Kid Bowser and Browser? Like, these things are aimed for kids, and they're expecting lots of kids to have them because their parents want them to play a Nintendo console because that's what their parents do.
Brian, I'm trying to tell you something. They're aiming it at children, but their main demographic isn't children. Their main demographic is people like George. And
Of course.
Okay. But Nintendo doesn't realize that. That's why they don't sell so well.
I don't think Nintendo gives a fuck, honestly.
Shelly, are you defending me?
I'm trying.
It sounds like you're defending me. It sounds
I
like
don't think
almost
that's what Nintendo has become.
yeah. It sounds like I want something, but you're mad because they're giving things to other people,
you
but
want
not
your
to me.
Metroids and you want your F-Zeros and everything. They won't give it to you. They only give you Mario. Or
I do want Metroid. That is one thing I do want is another 2D Metroid.
Some good Metroid.
I want receipts.
I want
Who
receipts.
put that?
I
Who
did.
put that? You son of a bitch.
Shelly was like, kids don't want these. Kids get these and kids buy these. And I'm like, I want receipts. I want numbers.
But again, unless it's a tablet or probably a Nintendo 3DS or something like that, kids will have those. But console-wise, they'll pick up a PS4 or Xbox One. They won't touch a Wii U.
Bring this into perspective, though.
Because
Whatever.
remember, the PS3 and Xbox 360 are 10-year-old consoles. That's like half a generation. So that's like
It's a decade, you asshole.
Okay, again, like I said, half a generation.
I mean, kinda.
So I don't know why you called me that.
No, I just like calling you an asshole.
That's the dynamic.
That is the dynamic. That's always been the dynamic. Holy shit! I call Shelly an asshole. I was like, I don't know why you're telling me that. I already knew that.
So of course, kids are gonna want what's been dominant for their existence.
That's why kids got Wii's.
Kids
True.
And Wii Sports. Remember,
That's why grandmas have Wii's.
That's exactly why grandmas have Wii's.
Wii was the highest selling console of the seventh generation of consoles.
Okay, think about what the Wii generation captured. What year did the Wii come out? 2007. When did the
No,
iPhone? Yeah, it did.
The Wii didn't come out in 2007. We came out around 2005 or 6.
It came out in 2007.
No,
And
because Kingdom Hearts 2 came out around the same time as the Wii.
Brian, the Xbox 360 came out in 2006. The Wii and PS3 came out in 2007. So, when did the iPhone come out?
Wii came out November 19th, 2006.
Okay, fine.
Right, bitch.
Like right there at 2007. So,
I mean, essentially for the holiday.
So, when did the iPhone come out?
2007, wasn't it?
Exactly. They captured that market just before the iPhone came out. And that's what happened. Now everyone's on the iPhones. That won't happen again.
Well, I mean,
gimmicks were the new standards, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah. I'll rebuttal the statements about the possession of 3DSs and tablets and argue, won't the Switch's design kind of help lean towards that though?
I mean, not necessarily. If they already have a tablet, why go get another tablet?
Well, tablet can't natively play good Mario games. Because I mean, Mario Run.
I mean,
Mario Run is a
it
thing.
can if you have Mario Run. The kids don't know the difference.
They gonna learn today.
They're gonna play that Mario 6 and
I
be like,
look
oh,
at
shit, I don't want this.
Why do I want to pay $300? Well, $350 for a Nintendo Switch and Mario when I could just already have the tablet because kids already have tablets and just pay $10 for Mario Run.
Because where are you
or get it for free and just play the 3 levels?
Where are you going to get Mario running through New Donk City?
See, listen.
No, you have to think about
Mario 06 is going to be amazing.
You have to think about it from a parent's point of view. Buy this $350 thing, or just let them use the tablet and let them only get free games.
I'm gonna ground my kid one day and make him play Sonic 06.
Perfectly content.
You stop that, bro.
I'm like, look at what you did. This is what you deserve.
I'm gonna ground my kid.
Room.
I'm gonna ground my kid and make him play Superman 64.
I'm gonna ground my kid and make him play Wii Sports. No way, that's fun. I'll make him play.
He'd enjoy that.
No wait, that's fun.
Yeah.
I'll make him watch a Switch presentation.
I'll make him watch all the Naruto filler.
Hey, that
man, he's gonna want to know what No More Heroes is. Oh,
and he's gonna get some of the best openings.
This tangent is deathly.
Anyway, I do want to tangent again, and I want to talk about that Bowser and Kid Bowser parental controls video because that was cute as shit.
While we're talking about parental controls, why does that have to be done on a smartphone?
Kid Bowser. What were you saying, Shelly?
While we're on the subject of that parental controls, why do these have to be done by smartphones?
Yeah, I don't get that either.
Okay, so I got this theory, right?
Is this company retarded?
Shelly, please stop saying that.
So they've been working a lot with, what's that company? I'm pretty sure the company is called like Dena or DNA or something like that.
Dena.
On a lot of their mobile peripherals and whatnot.
Dena, DNA, what's the difference?
I'm going to just call them Dena now. Dena.
I'm going to eat you for Dena.
Dena wants in on everything they do from then on out. So it's like, they working on the thing. They about to do the parental controls. They trying to do it like the Wii U and the Switch. We'll just do it native to the console. And Dena's like, but nah, we want to do something. We want to help. We want to be useful. Can we do it? Can we do it?
George, are you defending this stupidity? Would you just easily just be in the menu?
And so finally, no, I'm obviously being facetious. I know,
but still.
I thought you would have picked up on that when I say I got a theory. Let me explain. See, there's a difference.
Are these apps even made by?
And finally,
because I know they want you to, you have to buy the app to go with it. If you want that to happen.
My internet did a thing.
Oh, I was saying you have to buy the app.
Oh. Are you saying you have to buy the app, or are you entertaining the
No, you have to buy the app.
to buy the app?
If you want to do that, if you want to voice chat online, you have to buy the app.
They give a price on the app?
I don't know.
You legitimately have to buy this app?
You have to buy the app if you want to voice chat, Brian. That or just call somebody.
Go on Google Hangouts while you try it. Like we did that one time. We bootlegged it.
You're paying for online for people to use their smartphones and they can just call each other.
For anybody who doesn't know, me and Shelly were playing Xenoverse 2 one time, and Shelly's headset decided to fuck up for whatever reason, and we couldn't get into a party because like it.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We're here for you.
Oh god. Hold on.
Anyway, for anyone who doesn't know, like we tried to play.
Y'all still there?
Yeah, we're still here. We heard you all the way through. You just couldn't hear us.
Next time we just won't answer.
Yeah, well, I'll just let him talk. No, but
nah.
Anyway,
it would
Shelly
really
called me
hurt
on Google Hangout.
It would really hurt to use my phone. Believe me.
Yeah, Shelly called me on Google Hangouts on my phone, and that's how we played Xenoverse 2. And it was bootleg as fuck.
Yeah, it was real easy.
Yeah, it was easy.
Like you don't have to buy an app for it or anything.
It's almost like that's how it was meant to be.
Yeah, everyone just be friends on Nintendo and just do that.
And just everybody just don't let your kids play games. Make them go outside and shit.
In fact, you know what? Delay this whole Switch thing until the next year, because that's obviously when it was supposed to come out.
Okay, there we go. I think.
What were we talking about? What was our conversation about? Price point? Yeah, that's what it was. Price point.
Oh man, we deviated from that. Oh wait,
price point.
No, we didn't. Technically, no, we didn't.
We were talking about parental controls and then price point. I don't think George is in this call anymore.
Yeah, I'm still in and out.
Do you want to like reset your internet and then come back? I'll wait for you.
No.
I'll wait for you.
I don't, just because it'd be too much work.
Anyway, let's talk about price point. It's $300.
Okay.
I think that's a mistake. I think that's a mistake.
Yeah, if you're really stretching it right now, Nintendo, with the $300, considering how your last console kind of failed. You should have made it to.
I mean,
$250 is about as much as a new 3DS almost.
$250 is the same price as a PS4 and Xbox One, which is more powerful than the system.
To be fair, a higher price tag implies that it'll be stronger. So,
and that's what I was thinking. I was like, they're really ballsy about this because that means that they want you to invest in this product. It's still cheaper than what you would expect from like Sony or Microsoft.
Okay,
well,
yeah,
not anymore, but still.
It says that in the store, but it's 2017 and everyone's internet tech savvy now, and everyone knows that it's not.
Do not say that to me, because I know for a fact it is a lie. I see it every day.
Except for your mom.
All right, y'all.
George is giving up the goose. He's giving up the goose. He's gone. Just assume that George is dead. We're moving on. It's now just one. It's just a C&C Bro, not C&C Bros. Well, never mind. I'm being weird with my plurals. I'm tired. I'm hungry also. I've been really sick lately. Like this, I'm not even lying. Like this weather's killing my sinuses.
What weather?
The weather that like keeps changing from hot to cold to cold to hot, and like at 3 hours it's hot, and 3 hours at 4 hours it's cold at night and shit. My nose can't take it anymore.
I remember when it snowed last week.
It was 77 degrees.
That's 70 degrees today.
Like, that shit is hot. But no, I think the accessories for the Switch, that's what's killing me, because like these things are expensive. Like, I understand the controllers being expensive, but like everything else does not need to be this expensive. And the games, I'm assuming, are going to be like $60.
Yep.
They don't need to be
What
60
game
bucks,
isn't?
honestly. Yeah,
Well, I mean,
then,
until GameStop goes out of business and the companies can lowball them and get the prices down on the networks. So
Look, man, don't be putting this blame on. Don't be misplacing this
until that
blame.
happens,
Also,
the game prices won't go down.
they have to cover
Also,
costs of
there's
development.
At least digitally.
there's a bandwidth struggle in the house, so I just
Why would you
finagled
tell everybody to fuck off?
I finagled the Wi-Fi extender.
Okay.
Yeah,
Extend that Wi-Fi.
expand dong.
But no, like, I'm kind of pissed at Nintendo for making everything else like so fucking expensive, though.
Yeah, but
Because,
what theirs
like,
isn't expensive. They don't lower the prices on their first-party games either.
Like, they want your money, like, and this is moving into like the paid subscription, online subscription service. Like, you said that like they were gonna. No, it was said that it's gonna offer like one free game a month, but then they take it away from you, and you don't get to keep playing it.
Like, what
after that month's up? Like that.
What the hell is that?
Even with the subscription, I'm like, that's. And what did I say? I was like, that's like letting me play Rocket League for a month, or like an RPG. Like, what if they like gave me like, I don't know if I'm playing Chrono Trigger, right? What if they gave me Chrono Trigger on PS Plus free, like for next month? And I got really far into it, but I was really busy that month with work, and I couldn't play it often. So I just saved it in the cloud. But then, like, next month, they just took it away from me. Like, I couldn't play it again. They deleted it remotely from my PlayStation. And then all of a sudden, like, I can't spend $25. Like, just it's not true, but like, just say Chrono Trigger was like $25. I'm not about to like throw $25 on a game that I've already beaten like 9/10 of, but just didn't get to beat the last portion of it. Like, that's stupid. And to me, that's saying like with that restriction that they want you to buy these old games. This is like a trial period. It's like renting a game. And they're trying to get you interested in the virtual console because Nintendo's making more money off of old shit than they are current shit. And that's why we keep
Like
getting
PlayStation now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you want to know
Except,
what?
better than
Why that's
PlayStation
true,
now.
though, Brian?
Why?
Because Nintendo's main demographic is people like George around that age, and
I never
it's not the
disagreed with
children,
you.
but they still aim it at the kids.
I never disagreed with you. I just said that more kids own it than you think that they do, for different reasons.
Oh, I don't doubt that. I'm just saying that the adults outweigh the kids. I guarantee you.
Oh yeah. But
Free Metroid.
I would love to have free Metroid Fusion.
For a month.
Yeah. It didn't take a month to beat that game.
I mean, that's worse than PS Plus. When you run out of the PS Plus, you can't play the game. I mean, at least technically, you still
that's
you
fair
still
though.
own it, but you just can't.
You still have the rights to it. If you ever buy the subscription again, you could download the game and play it. But I mean, that's fair to me because like it's an exclusive member thing, and they give you a game they give you like 3 games every month technically, 3 or 4.
I mean, if you own all 3 systems, you get 6.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna lie. This is something I always kind of like haven't appreciated. Just the inability to retain purchases and downloads tied to a particular account. And I'm hoping this is something that they seek to rectify in the future. Ethical World Network did a video on YouTube about when Nintendo was cracking down on all the, homebrew and hack software being applied to consoles, and one of them was Free Shop. Free Shop, as the name implies, is something that is a hack that allows you to just get anything off the eShop for free. That spells piracy, but part of its initial intention, people could retain a backup of anything they purchase. Should someone needed to had switched 3DS consoles and lost their SD card, or the transfer of SD card data didn't blow over as well, they could not retain, get their game back for free without the need to repurchase.
And like Nintendo's not stupid. Like you remember like the great ROM purge of the fucking internet, where like all the ROMs that were online don't do drugs and also don't pirate games, kids. But still, do not pirate games. But I'm not gonna lie. Like back in the day, I played some stuff. I didn't download it, but I played some stuff that was pirated because like they didn't have any way to give it to us. Like I remember playing Fire Red, like on my laptop, and there was no way for me to play that because they didn't have like an existing copy out, and they're gonna eventually. I have no doubt. Like I have no doubt that like Nintendo was like, hey, people are doing this on their phones. Like we see the trend. Like all these apps in the App Store on like Android and iPhones, like that just emulate shit. And they're getting these ROMs offline. Like we're losing money off of this because we can be making a killing. But Nintendo already hates its eShop users. Like they want you to buy physical copies of this shit. The eShop for Nintendo is disgustingly complicated and annoying. I hate using the eShop for anything.
Yeah, it is a mess.
Like, and like you said, like they don't save these games to an account. You just gotta buy that shit.
Which is weird because you do have an account to begin with, because to use eShop features for 3DS and Wii U, you have to have a Nintendo Network ID, in which you have the option of syncing that to your My Nintendo, at the time, Club Nintendo account.
And I think that honestly, like the way that they've got it set up is kind of predatory because, I mean, people are bleeding money into this, and you've got to understand, like, kids do want to play stuff, and sometimes kids want to play old stuff, and like their parents will go online and they're like if they like say like a kid like downloads a few games off the eShop and like for like a sum of cash, and then they do lose their DS or their SD card because they're like trying to do some shit, or like they're transporting or whatever happens, and they don't have those games anymore. Well, a kid's gonna want to replace the games, so parents are gonna eventually do it, and then they're spending money again, and then like. And then Nintendo is the only like company that like charges you tax on the eShop.
Are you serious?
And so yeah, they tax you.
I can't believe
like,
Nintendo has the audacity to make people
like every game, everything that I get because my account's registered for.
Rewind, pause, stop, slow down. You said Nintendo's the only company that taxes
online? Yeah.
Are you sure?
I know I don't pay tax. So
Microsoft and Sony don't do it.
You say Microsoft don't?
I don't know about Microsoft.
But do I have to pull up my account activity for the
Do they not? Do they tax?
Years? Bruh.
Do they tax?
I got taxed.
All
right.
I don't.
That sucks. I'm sorry. Sony's just good like that then.
I was gonna say I don't know if they like changed that up recently, but nah, I've gotten taxed by Microsoft. Like
And that shit's annoying.
So you buy something online and it's like more?
Yeah, like 10 cents to the dollar.
What?
Like, well, no.
Well, 10 cents because of where I live.
Yeah, based on your billing information.
They do it by region.
Yeah, they determine your region by zip code on billing information. That's why for Nintendo, people set like their billing addresses to places where sales tax is like nothing.
Oh, like Florida?
Yeah.
No, it is something in Florida.
No, but yeah. But no, when people come to buy Xbox Live currency at work for DLC, now if it's like points for 2K or Madden, that's different. But when it's like particular DLC and expansions, we have to get them particular cards or currency codes that overshoot the amount they're trying to get because tax.
Shame.
So yeah, Microsoft does
The
do it,
last
unless
time-
they recently stopped. There are certain
I
things
remember
they
when I
will
was-
tax you for.
The only reason I buy an eShop card now is if I ever got Fates again and I wanted to like play Fire Emblem Fates again, because I bought like the what's it called? There's
map
3
pack?
routes, and the Revelations route. I
Revelations.
bought that. I bought Revelations so that I could play that because I was playing Jessica's copy on my 3DS.
Wait, you have to buy multiple routes?
It was like a whole separate game. Like
What?
you had. Okay, so this is the way
They
it was.
took a game and split it in 3, and Shelly, don't start because this game came out. As of next month, this game will have been out for a year. You're late to the party. You don't get to enjoy the chips and soda.
So you guys
Brian's gonna deliver his statement, and we're gonna be done.
So
You were
you-
too late. You were too late.
So you guys so technically for the same game you just pay more money?
He did. I got the special edition, all my ish, one cartridge.
Good job, George.
He did.
Because that makes no sense to me.
I mean, they were both the same exact length as the other two. That's the thing. Like they were both all the routes. Like took the same amount of time to complete.
Shelly, think of it like this. Imagine buying Pokemon Red, but for like extra, you can
like
download
$10 less than for $10 less than what it cost you for Red. You can buy an expansion that's the size of Pokemon Blue or Leaf Green.
Why would I buy those?
Because it would add more
It's
to
an
your
example.
game.
Add what? It's the same game.
Okay. My bad. Red, blue, and yellow were bad examples. Okay, so
Black and white, and black and white too.
No, because he didn't play those.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I did.
You did? Okay. Well,
I got it wrong.
Sure, let's go with that. Oh, okay.
I don't pay for Pokemon games.
Maybe you shouldn't admit that on stream.
Well, no, you told me you stopped playing, so I just assumed like.
No, I stopped after Black 2.
Okay. It's like you buy a Kanto game, and for $10 less than what you pay for Kanto, you can go to Johto.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that's different.
Yeah. I mean, you see a lot of the same Pokemon and people, but it is a different place and a different experience.
It's a whole new world.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. I don't have time for that shit. What else is there to talk about? I guess the game lineup now.
Oh, we got this. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about the worst game launch lineup in history.
Yeah, there's nothing like
man,
launch.
I don't know, man. The N-Gage had a pretty bad.
The DS and the PS3, I remember, had very bad launch. Or PS. But did the PS4 had a bad launch?
No, the PS4 did not have a bad.
Yeah.
Okay, no, see, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Because they only had Knack and a Second Son, really, didn't they? And that and Rezuga.
No. Okay, no. Okay, see, I'm talking about day one. That's a launch lineup. Your day one.
No, that's what I mean for PS4, because that's what was available day one.
Dude, I've got the list of PS4's launch lineup right here. It's 24 games, not 5.
Yeah, and all of them are indie games.
No, they're not. Angry Birds, Assassin's Creed 4, Battlefield 4.
Don't start off with Angry Birds. And when I say that they're all indie games.
I'm reading from the list.
And
that's the first.
But you're just proving my point.
At the time,
Angry Birds. Wait, hold on. Is Angry Birds Star Wars, first of all? So all the Star Wars people are going to buy it.
Oh, we put a license on it. Oh my god.
That makes it better.
Yeah,
is Angry Birds Star Wars, Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, Battlefield 4, Blacklight Retribution, the beta. For some reason, they put that on there. Call of Duty
beta
Ghosts.
don't count.
I said beta for some reason.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Ghosts, Contrast, DC Universe Online, Dive Kick, FIFA 14, Flower.
Contrast is indie. Dive Kick is indie.
I swear to God that Ghost was not a launch title. That it had to wait like 2 months before it was on the PS4.
No, it was a Ghost. It was a launch title. Injustice: Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition, Just Dance for 2014, Killzone Shadowfall, Knack, Lego Marvel Superheroes, Madden 25, NBA 2K14, NBA Live 14, Need for Speed Rivals, Playroom, Resogun, Skylander Swamp Force, Sound Shapes, Super Motherload, Trying to the Complete Story, and Warframe. Other than that beta, that's 23 games, not 5.
I heard 5.
because if you're going to say that's 5, then Nintendo has 1.
Yeah.
Hey, hold up. I'm gonna pull out this list, but I'm gonna also pull out the projected list. Oh wait, really? Word?
Okay, see, don't pull out the expected list because I got the expected list of PS4 right here. So
okay.
It won't matter.
I'll give you the actual. All right, we looking at a 1-2 switch. Dragon Quest 11. No, that's not 11. That's Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2. I Am Setsuna. Breath of the Wild.
I Am Setsuna. Every time I hear I Am Setsuna, it makes me think of I Am Satsuma.
I think of Takemaru of Setsuna from the Inuyasha 3rd movie.
Nobunaga's Ambition, The Sphere of Influence. Puyo Puyo Tetris. Super Bomberman R. And the rest are either to be announced or projected later that month. If not that month. Yeah. That's still not bad, though. I'm going to give you this projected, though. I heard that clap.
I mean, I heard it too.
For me. You better clap for me. Okay, yeah, nah, this person's list is... Nah, they can stop that. I went back to the projected list, and now that I hold this up in comparison...
Is this the list that Nintendo released after the presentation?
Nah. Wait, the one that I read off, or...
No, I'm just talking about, like, the list.
Well, let's talk about the games that were announced. We have... Well, let's talk about the games that we did see at the conference, like that they were named and were given individual slots. Fire Emblem Heroes, which, whatever.
Nut.
It's all right.
Whoa, hold up! Don't whatever. It's all right. You bought Pirate Warriors 3. You fraud. Hold up.
And I've also bought Berserk Muso, and bought
Berserk. And he also played Arsalan. Like, how?
And then you played
Arsalan of these? I don't know.
I'm gonna need you to back up. Hold up.
I didn't buy Arsalan. I played it.
I know you didn't buy Arsalan. I said you played it.
You play Fire Emblem. You got a wife.
George, I say whatever because it's not a Fire Emblem that I wanted. If I could get like a console level Fire Emblem, I'd be all right with it. But like if they give us the Warriors, that's fine. That's still gonna be fun, but it's that's the most it'll ever be.
You can enjoy your Path of Radiance on the Virtual Console. Fraud.
And that's fine. But that was one of the games that was announced. Mario 06 was announced.
Okay.
I've got the
call it by its actual name for the sake of.
Okay, well, it's Mario Odyssey, That's
so
its real
people know
name.
what we're talking about.
Mario Odyssey is what I'm talking about, but I'm calling it Mario 06 because if you don't know, Sonic 06 did the same exact thing, and the characters models for the humans in Mario Odyssey look oddly familiar.
Sonic 06 did the same exact thing. You saw Station Square in Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. The city isn't a new concept.
I'm not talking about the city, I'm talking about the bullshit.
What's the plot, Brian?
I don't know the plot, George. I didn't
You
care.
don't know the plot, then how is it?
No one cares about the plot of Sonic 06 or any Sonic game, really.
You ain't got. I'm
Sonic
talking
has always
about
had
Mario.
a deep and rich plot.
You
And
ain't got the
Sonic is
answers,
always
man.
built on deep and rich lore, which you cannot even begin to comprehend.
I mean, you say that facetiously, but I read some of the comics.
I mean,
That
I
does
know
get pretty deep.
about. They try to make that multiverse out of the rise of lyric games that they made Sonic Boom.
Oh my Christ!
That has nothing to do with the comics.
Hey,
I'm talking about actual plot relevant lore, and you're talking about whatever the heck that was.
Hey, is that Fast RMX game? Was that type of racing one
that was
we saw in that sizzle reel?
We did see a new Sonic, and this is a real.
I didn't say
that's
Sonic,
not what he was talking about.
I am
Fast
saying
RMX Fast RMX is the F-Zero that we don't need, and F-Zero is the F-Zero that we need. Yes, Shelly, you were right.
Okay, see, here's the sad thing about that. Through that entire show, that was the only thing that I was like, ooh. Just because I always like those games. I always like those kind of games. But I don't need that. I don't need that because the entire Wipeout collection is coming to PS4. So
I do want to say though that Mario Odyssey has the potential to be really fun if they handle it right, but if they make it too weird and too out there, then that game's gonna flop. Like, because Mario games have a certain quality to them, right? And they're usually almost always good. Like Mario Galaxy 2 got really good reviews.
I don't think a Mario platformer has ever really
done
Mario
badly.
Mario RPGs, on the other hand, Color Splash was the Paper Mario to save Paper Mario.
I don't know.
Nobody was feeling Sticker Star. And then Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. I'm not gonna.
Nintendo should be ashamed of this.
Of what?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Why are you counting silently?
He's counting Sony's projected release list.
No, I'm counting all of Nintendo's release games for this year. Confirmed.
Are you looking at the same list I am?
No, I'm just looking at the picture.
Look what I sent to the group.
Jesus. Go to bed, Brian.
Look, Cleveland.
Damn, I didn't see that. Like, seriously, no lie. This console should have released around November, and they would have had all these games.
I'm gonna be right back. You can talk amongst yourselves and just talk about the games that were released. Or not released, because there won't be any.
But I know that they're
not released yet.
Talk about Splatoon 2 while I'm gone.
We don't have to talk about Splatoon 2, which isn't even really.
No, let's talk about Splatoon 2.
There's no. That's not.
Really.
Oh no, I know. They changed some little stuff.
No, they changed a lot more. Go on and tell me the stuff they haven't changed, because I played Splatoon 1 with you a lot, haven't I?
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't. Anyway.
Yes, George, remind me of those times.
Customization options were changed. The starting weapon set of the game is entirely brand new. with altered iterations of old ones being available later. Mechanics are added because they spent like half the trailer showing you that you could dodge roll. And hopefully
the only mechanic?
Hopefully they've upped the netcode. Now, see, in the original game, your dodging mechanic was in the form of being able to hide inside of ink, because whenever you shot, it left a trail of ink. So not only could you hide within that ink, but you could use it to travel faster, and it was comparable to being able to sprint in Call of Duty.
So
Have the ability to dodge roll on top of doing that.
is that the only mechanic they added?
They haven't expanded on the rest of them yet, but Splatoon
I'm back.
US on Twitter is like, Tumblr is like posting updates like almost every so few hours to tell us, hey, this is new. Hey, this is also new. Hey, this is new. So they're just kind of telling them slowly and surely over their social media outlets.
Well, all I'm saying is that
the dev team is really weird.
I hope it's a true sequel and not just a 0.5, because that's what it looks like.
I mean, that's how shooters run, if you ask me.
Let me tell you about 0.5s. I play the shit out of them.
Also, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a new campaign, because the first one had a campaign.
I think there's a new campaign. I don't think
I feel like that's the bare minimum they'd have to have.
I think that's the bare minimum they have to do in order to call it a 2.
Yeah, more than that, which I'm not going to explain again because Brian chose to leave.
I'm right here.
Because Brian chose to leave.
I'm
so,
back now, though.
Dimps and Bandai Namco are moving Xenoverse 2 to the Switch. Xenoverse 2.
Yeah, that was weird. Now you can play Xenoverse 2 on the basketball court and school all your homies.
Some of those third parties are obligated by contract to put a game on the Switch. So they chose Xenoverse 2. Just like EA Sports chose FIFA and not one of their other popular titles.
Oh no, man. And 2K. We got 2K back.
Yeah, we didn't get Keijo. We didn't get Keijo, though.
That's why 2K chose 2K.
But we didn't get Keijo.
That's why Capcom chose Street Fighter 2.
Well, Capcom chose Street Fighter 2 because it's like the 30th anniversary of the series, and the iteration of the series that put Street Fighter on the map was, of course, SF2, which debuted on the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis. And seeing how Sega's not making any hardware anymore, it only felt fitting to put the latest iteration of 2 that they should have done in the first place on the system with the company that it started off with. And so we got Ultra 2 on the Switch. Yoshinori Ono was really hype about it.
Yep. These third parties do not believe in this console.
Capcom doesn't believe in anything, so that doesn't count.
Capcom believes in a lot of stuff.
Capcom believes in screwing people over.
They believe in Mega Man. That's why they've made a new Mega Man every year.
Stop that. They procrastinated on fixing Street Fighter V to make Ultra Street Fighter 2. I know because I own Street Fighter V.
What do you mean if this isn't? Is it not?
No.
Then why'd you tell me that?
Hold on, if that isn't what? I didn't look at the picture.
I didn't realize that this was only this was 2 images on Tumblr. Let me get the other half of the image.
Okay. Say, not it. I'm gonna need some exposition. Oh. Why did? That's a really bad split. Tumblr, why did you? What?
Yeah, I know.
That looks weird.
Yeah.
Jesus.
What kind of person has their legs on the top but still on the bottom, but the face on the bottom but yet still on the top?
That's just me because I copied the bottom one first because I was assuming that the whole picture would be there, but I was like, oh no, it's just a butt.
Oh,
yes, Brian. Thank you for explaining that.
Game Trust is releasing a game for the Switch on launch.
Who?
What the fuck is Game Trust?
Game Trust. Let me tell you how I know. So
See, this is how you know this thing has no games. When you have to tell me that Game Trust is putting a game.
no, Shelly, hear me out because you're gonna laugh at this.
I know.
Game Trust is a in-house gaming publisher under GameStop.
Ooh, please be GameStop Simulator.
Nah, it's Has Been Heroes.
Oh.
Yeah. But Game Trust was also responsible for making Song of the Deep, which is why we had all that Song of the Deep memorabilia at work for days. Because essentially, you know, in essence, it's our game. I mean, it's not our game, but
Were they responsible for Song of the South?
no,
That's
No.
racist.
no, I probably would not be there anymore. Anyway, oh my god, y'all are
What?
gonna laugh, but I'm hype about it. Apparently, the Switch is getting Farming Simulator 18.
Getting what?
Farming Simulator 18.
18. That makes you wonder, though, where are all the other 17?
Yeah, where are all the other 17?
They've come out on other systems. That's why I was like, you're gonna laugh, but in case you're thinking nobody's gonna buy that, no. People come into work and yeah. People put down for that Farming Simulator. The fact that it's on the Switch has just opened up another door for people.
At least it got Minecraft.
At least it
everybody-
didn't get Final Fantasy. At least it didn't get Final Fantasy 15 or 7, like I was afraid it would. Or
Why
Kingdom
were you
Hearts.
afraid it would get it?
It can't run that game. If you've noticed any like big budget games like that, they aren't on it.
Apparently, it's supposed to run a Realm Reborn. That ain't none of my business.
Yeah.
My cup is over there. There's the Untitled No More Heroes sequel, which No More Heroes is a really good game series.
How many heroes are in it?
2.
1.
Oh, I thought it was no more.
1 and 50 assassins.
That'll go. Get Daddy another beer.
You're welcome. I urge anybody who owns a Wii to play it. And there's a version of the first one with included content from the second one available on PS3 also, but good luck finding it.
That'll go.
But
Get
if you
Daddy
can,
another
I
beer.
urge people to play that one too. Whew, Shelly, please.
I thought you were gonna say anything about what I posted.
We all know about 2B's rendered butthole. It's not a secret anymore.
Brian, look at it.
I see it. I'm looking right at it because I'm looking at what I posted above it.
Oh my god. Untitled Pokemon role-playing game.
So like every Pokemon game.
Square has a new IP too that looks boring as
Square
shit.
does have a new IP.
It looks like RPG Maker.
Brian, you couldn't understand half of what it was trying to tell you.
I didn't understand
You
what it
don't know
was
what
telling
it
me.
is.
I don't know anything. Like that's something Square's really bad about. Is just throwing like cryptic bullshit at you and just hoping that you get it.
Well, I was also kind of referring to the fact that the entire trailer was in Japanese, but
That too.
Project Sonic 2017,
That's probably Sonic
which
Boom.
isn't Sonic Mania, but the other Sonic.
Oh, please be Sonic Boom.
So what? No, it's not another Sonic Boom. They showed the trailer for Project Sonic 2017 some
Why are
time
we even
ago.
talking
It
about
looks like
Sonic?
Generations 2.
When was
but they said
the
it was
last good Sonic game?
6.
Showing. Showing. Well, can I link a Tumblr post in the chat? I think I will.
Why are you asking
How you
us?
gonna ask? How you gonna ask and then do it anyway?
Yeah, I was like, we just been doing it. Just go, man.
Kick rocks,
Eventually,
Brian.
Yeah.
we're just gonna start putting.
I
porn
just want you to I just want you to click on this because it's something that you like.
Okay.
But it is Chelsea's, or it is one of our friends' blogs.
Oh God. I thought you were gonna say butts.
See, now I gotta check this out.
It's from DBZ Bridge. It was just that thing that you like so much from the Broly movie.
Oh, this from the Broly movie?
It's becoming widely popular.
I won't open it yet. I'll just watch it when I watch the movie. We're getting a new Shin Megami Tensei.
Oh my God, he's so
goddamn cool.
What were you saying, George, about Shin Megami Tensei?
I was saying we're getting a new Shin Megami Tensei.
Is it a movie? I hope it's a movie because it doesn't look like a game.
Why are we?
I know, I saw it.
They literally just started development on this game.
I don't know what it is though. Like, is it a Pokemon game, kind of? Is it like a legit Shin Megami Tensei game? Because all we saw were monsters.
It's a legit SMT. Like the same demons that show up in SMT show up in every game. So the demons show up in Devil Survivor. They show up as different personas. Like, yeah.
Okay.
We'll see it in 3 years.
Doubt it.
I don't know. Atlas is pretty timely about SMT. It's persona that they give everybody to run around with. Ain't that right, Brian?
Okay, but still, they're developing for this more powerful console. Because it is. And they just started development. We'll see it in 3 years. Or 2.5. 2.5 at least.
I give it 1 because P5 is almost done.
I mean, that doesn't make up for development time.
I mean, in all fairness, Atlas doesn't do much else, so they can like dedicate their time to. They can dedicate their time to making games.
Hey, don't say P5 is almost out yet until it's out.
Every time.
Yeah, I don't want to say P5 is going to be out until it's out.
That tickled me so much. I'm going to watch it again.
That whole movie?
No. My God, he's so goddamn cool.
Shovel Knight is getting ported over.
Hey, I'm about to play that as soon as I buy money for it.
This good old snipper clips.
Yeah, as soon as I buy a PSN card.
No, you should buy money.
I know, buy money. I was trying to say PSN card, but I was like, I don't feel like saying that many syllables, so I'll just say money.
How redundant is it to buy money?
I want all the money you've got in your register right now. How much?
All of it.
I'll pay you for it.
I'll pay you $20 with a $20 bill. Okay.
They're porting Steep over.
We need to chill the fuck out. Anyway, let's talk about Zelda now, because I think that's the last game that we gotta talk about.
I kept reading, man, and you kept giving me the runaround, you know what I'm saying?
Zelda looks really fucking good. Or else this is just Phantom Pain syndrome, where the trailer is better than the actual game.
Water makes the game
Fantasy 15.
Nah, man. They kept Aonuma for this project. They didn't lock him in the basement like Konami did to Kojima.
And they didn't replace him halfway through from another director, so the game's disjointed. It makes no fucking sense.
I mean, 15 is kind of cool.
Yeah, it is.
Players
I have a complicated relationship.
Jump and climb almost any surface and can find various items in the world, including weapons, shield, clothing, and food that can be eaten or cooked to restore health. Weapons break after excessive use, but many have multiple uses. For example,
and if that wasn't enough,
can be used to light fires, and shields can be used as makeshift snowboards.
And if that wasn't enough, we have nude Zelda now. I'm not gonna lie, that was one of the most hype moments of that trailer. I was like, oh shit, they went for it.
So, oh shit! I can.
You can what?
Rule 34 doesn't have anything on this bitch.
Y'all are awful.
I'm waiting for it. I'm gonna look for it now.
I just found an interesting article ranking the seasons of Avatar: The Last Airbender and Korra.
All right, we'll get to that later. But right now, Brian has to finish. Finishing.
Huh. It's exactly the way I thought it would be, actually.
See, when you
Did you Google it?
Wait, what'd you Google it?
I didn't Google it. I put it in the Tumblr search engine because I'm an idiot. And I said Breath of the Wild rule. I said Breath of the Wild Rule 34. The only thing that comes up is this really shitty drawing of Gumball's mom from Amazing World of Gumball, but she has a penis. And she's like doing us on Tumblr. I do.
You know, speaking of Cartoon Network, never have I ever seen a network run Teen Titans Go all day when the regular show finale is on later on that day when they should be like doing that marathon of that show.
Rip. Anywho,
Hey, these are real problems, guys.
they are, but you're getting Young Justice Season 3, so it's fine.
We're not getting that on Cartoon Network, and I don't want it on Cartoon Network.
You're getting it on Netflix. So again, it's fine.
It's not fine. It wasn't there like 2 months ago.
Better late than never. We're talking about the Switch.
Yeah, better. Well, no.
Better late than never.
Oh, y'all are talking about the Switch. I'm looking for porn now.
It should most definitely be later.
Obviously. But Monolith Soft is also assisting
I'm not
the
going to find
development
it.
of Breath of the Wild.
I just really, really like the Wind Waker-esque style of the enemies and NCPs.
Cell shaded graphics.
Yeah, I really like that, and that's why I'm wondering if this is like somewhere in the timeline after Wind Waker.
Drew and I had a 10 to 15 minute back and forth. Not a like a bad back and forth, but just bouncing off ideas about where it fit. And then I had the same thing with Brigham and Mindy the next day. So there is no telling.
Yeah, because they just. I know that Spirit Tracks and whatever else came out on the DS, that those are after Wind Waker, because it's still Toon Link.
The most interesting concept that was brought to me was when Drew asked, what if this is supposed to be the point where the hero Ganon is revived and Hyrule becomes flooded leading into Wind Waker, and that the reason you have the option to go straight to the final boss for the sake of speed running is because no matter what you do, you fail story-wise anyway.
Well, see, that would be shitty because then we have like all this crying from our main female lead.
Because you're gonna die.
Or because her parents are dead and you can't do shit about it.
Her parents are dead. Her dad talks to you.
I don't think that's... I don't know. I guess that's who he's talking about, but we
The
saw
royal
Zelda
family
in that.
protect my daughter.
Also, her voice actress is really good.
Anyway, more important question. Will this game get dubbed?
No.
It'll get a Western release, but will it get English voice acting?
I doubt it would. Because honest to God, it doesn't need to be.
I mean, it doesn't. I was just asking if you thought it would.
I think it would be a lot better because Link's a mute still. He's going to be a mute in this game.
Well, yeah, Link doesn't say anything regardless.
But I think it wouldn't matter. Like, it's still a foreign language no matter what they're saying. Because even like in like Wind Waker and stuff, when they're speaking nonsense, but it's still it's supposed to be a foreign language. Japanese is a foreign language to the U.S., so I think that by keeping the mysticism...
Japanese is a foreign language?
I think that by keeping Japanese as the main language of the game over the Japanese voiceovers, I feel like that makes sense.
Well, that and the game comes out in about
a month,
a little under 2 months. Yeah, a little under a month. Yeah, really.
Why is this console coming out in a month again?
Because they need that money.
I mean, that's how you start off the fiscal year.
Okay. Whatever they want to do.
Also, yeah, the link I sent you about the composer.
I saw. It's a woman. I never heard of her.
Yeah. She apparently did a lot of stuff for Animal Crossing, which was a left field for me because it's like Animal Crossing has some really not cute as a descriptive term. Like, I personally think the music is cute and I enjoy Animal Crossing music, and Spirit Tracks and We Fit. But what I heard in the Breath of the Wild trailer, good lord,
was Yoko Shimomura.
Yeah. Apparently her
but
and
yeah,
the person working alongside her did a bunch of stuff for Animal Crossing, past Zelda titles, Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. And then they contributed to rearrange songs for Smash 4. The good ones. Good songs. Yeah. You were saying?
I think that's it. Because that's the entire conference, and let's do a final impressions from each of us. Because what I want to say is that Nintendo has my attention. They've did a lot of weird things with this conference, specifically the conference side of it, and they're doing a lot of weird things as far as price points and shit like that. But the novelty of the Switch and what it can do has me excited. Not what it can do right now, but what it will be able to do in the future with enough support. I'm excited to see that, and I need to wait and see what happens with it, because I'm not just going to throw down $300 to get a Switch. I'm tempted to get it now.
Want to, I'm gonna do it.
I'm seriously debating whether or not I will get it within this year, probably. But I need some more convincing, and I need to see more games. And that's ultimately the biggest problem I have with this. Besides a paid online service and the shitty one game a month system and all that, they don't have enough games at launch, and I think that's gonna hurt a lot. So what about you, Shelly? I don't care about your opinion.
I'm
sorry.
I'm sorry. It's already showing signs of not really having third party support, and it won't have any in about a year and a half. So it'll be dead in about 2 years.
You heard it here first, folks.
But it'll sell really well on in the first few months.
It'll have a Pokemon Go effect.
Well, no, I mean it's not that. All the hardcore people who want it are going to go get it first. Oh, and then they're going to they already have that artificial scarce shit that Nintendo always does to create all that hype. So,
or they could make more, they just don't want to because they want demand to be high.
Yeah. Oh my god, well, that Switch is sold out. Well, that must be really awesome. I gotta go get that.
And then people know that it's in limited supply all the time.
Mm-hmm. That's what happened with the Wii.
But then they're it's in limited supply, so they're people are I need to get it now, or might not be able to get it again for another 3 months. And it was bullshit. What do you think, George?
You got it a week later. I think this will be. I think from a personal standpoint, I think it'll be the hottest thing since the GameCube. Because the GameCube was the last. I
was well, that's not that hard.
It was the last lit thing we had. Shelly, you stop that.
That's not that hard.
That being said, from a business standpoint, I do hope they really expand upon some of the things that they didn't do too well on to start with, like, you know, the one account for everything, being able to make sure that purchases and the sort are retained to that. And I'm still curious about the cartridge based. Like, I'm really hoping installation doesn't become that big of a deal.
Oh shit! A new ending.
From my experience in first of all, buy your games properly, acquire them the right way. But from my experience in looking at files of games that might happen to be disk image files, Nintendo games in nature tend to be pretty manageable on a hard disk drive space. So if installation does become a thing, maybe it won't be as big of a problem as it is for, say, maybe Xbox One or PS4. And it does have expandable storage through micro SDXC cards, which is
that costs like $100-something.
The newest thing out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's something we didn't talk about. Why in the fuck in 2017 does this console only have 32 gigabytes of internal storage?
I didn't even know that.
Because it plays games like natively from what it runs off of. The reason Wii consoles only had 32 gigs of memory is because games played straight off the disc. If there was a game that
but if someone doesn't want to use this,
if there was a game that was built upon,
if someone's like me and only wants to do digital, what's the?
Well, for 1 year,
I'd have to go pay another $160 to go expand my storage.
When the Xbox One first came out, that's what you had to do already, because terabyte and 2 terabyte hard drives had not dropped in price in favor of the now standard 3 to 4. They're cheap now. Yeah, they're cheap now.
Xbox into this.
You're saying what? They're cheap. I'm not bringing that in there. I'm bringing in an example. You said, why would you pay another $100 to do it? It's what you would have had to do for another console upon release. But now that the price has dropped in favor of higher storage, you see what I'm saying? The fact of the matter is, though, people would have done it, people will do it again.
Well,
you don't want to do
it.
They
released another version of the console with a terabyte in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we probably gonna get a 64 gig Switch.
Okay.
Let's move into our anime and video game character matchup.
Hold up. I have The Last of Us on my PS4. I'm pretty positive it's like
45 gigs.
Yes, 45 gigs. So with a 64, that's Jesus, god damn it.
Anyway, let's move on. What?
Yeah, let's go to anime.
Let's move on to the matchup because I'm about to fucking fall asleep. And we can't put this off anymore. In one corner, we have Cecil Harvey, native to Final Fantasy IV, the main protagonist. He started off as a lone dark knight with a troubled past and progressed throughout the game and became a paladin, wielder of light elemental spells and also white magic. Very fast, very durable because of his knight class, and has plenty of speed to boot. Can use basic forms of magic to heal himself, and then cure status ailments of other people. And then in the next corner, we have Neji Hyuga, who is a user of the Gentle Fist, which attacks an enemy's pressure points. Neji Hyuga has had years of experience and practice perfecting his art and is considered a prodigy amongst the Hyuga clan. By the way, he's from Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, if you didn't already know. Neji is able to use attacks such as 8 trigrams, 64 palms, 8 trigrams palm rotation, or is it just rotation?
Either or.
Either or.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it's palm rotation.
Yeah, I think officially it's palm rotation, but you get, they know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he says rotation and he skips the palm rotation.
I don't really like that ending.
Oh, that Iron-Blooded Orphans?
Yeah. It's just kind of
See, they alternate because like the
Yeah,
ending to like the second half of like the first season was really
It was and then
but the opening to the second, but the opening to like the second half of last season was amazing. Don't want to get copyrighted.
Yeah, I didn't care about the opening for this past season, but I really liked the ending. I liked the opening for this half of the season. I don't like the ending.
And then Orphans in Space will always be the best ending.
Yeah, that one's GOAT.
Oh my god.
Orphans in Space is the shit, dude. Embrace it. Anyway, so yeah, Neji can do cool shit and attack pressure points. And he can also use the Byakugan, which lets him see where his opponent's pressure points are naturally. He has almost 360 degrees field of vision, and he can see blind spot attacks almost always, unless you hit him right in the back of his head, which is really hard to do because he's constantly moving around and spinning to cover his blind spot. So,
but he does have a blind spot.
He does have a very tiny blind spot of I think 3-4 degrees or so.
Yeah.
It's very hard to exploit unless you take the time to realize that he has it. Without further ado, though,
his biggest weakness is
his biggest weakness is that
it's a stick of wood.
It's
a giant splinter.
Rigor mortis.
His biggest
plot
is Madara and Obito.
His biggest weakness is Uchiha.
It took 2 broken Uchiha to kill Neji Hyuga.
No, it took the tailed beast.
And 10 tails to kill Neji Hyuga. Congratulations, Kishimoto. Neji's GOAT.
Nah, man, it's Tenten.
She survived.
Remember when she had those weapons but didn't do anything with them?
No, that was there so she could get the people that we didn't already care about.
I know,
out
but
of the
she
gourd.
didn't do anything with them.
Nah, man, she sells them now.
I know.
During times of peace.
At least she's married to Lee, I guess.
I don't think we know that.
No, it's pretty much confirmed.
She wouldn't let Lee name their son Metal.
Of course she would. She's thinking about Neji all day. I think she just let Lee do whatever the hell he wants.
Fair. Rock Lee and Metal Lee.
I don't know what they were thinking about that. I guess they were thinking about Avatar.
You stop that. Anyway,
all right, so George wins.
Why are you saying that?
George wins.
Why do you think he wins? I honestly think Neji wins because Cecil's not as fast as Neji.
Okay, well, for one,
Cecil's got the Dark Knight armor to make up for that, though, defensively.
Yeah, because Neji's only relying on Taijutsu here.
But Cecil doesn't really have the range. The only ranged attack that he, honest to God, has, and I'm not counting Dissidia, his darkness attack that pulls people from 20, 30 feet away from him if he wants to use it, but that costs him HP.
Well, discounting the range of his darkness-based attacks, as a paladin and Dark Knight both, he still is in possession of weapons, which still grants him just enough range to have the advantage over Neji, who again is relying on taijutsu.
But Neji can also see all of his movements before they happen because of the
That is
Byakugan,
not
and he
how
can predict them.
Not the
That is
Sharingan.
not how. Yeah, that is not how the
You're
Byakugan works,
crossing your
bro.
dojutsu.
But he can still predict
No.
and
Neji's
effectively block.
Neji's ability to predict would only be based on his judgment and not off of his visual abilities.
Yeah, dude.
But then you also
no,
have
the
rotation.
Byakugan's an X-ray, dude.
Yes.
But you also have rotation in on that.
Until he runs out of chakra.
He would have rotation as a defensive option, but me mentioning
And then he'd throw Cecil off balance, and then he'd use a 64 or 120 palms or
And
whatever.
I would have to get through the armor.
It doesn't have to get through the armor. It just has to hit his pressure points and put enough pressure, and he could break the armor.
Okay, but he's using the gentle fist,
he breaks
bro.
the armor, but you would still have to deal with Cecil. That and yeah, gentle fist is meant to attack internally, which
Literally, if you
armor
go,
basically.
if you go back
Yeah,
to the
go ahead.
training exams, the gentle fist is a gentle form of taijutsu.
All he has to do is hit him in the chin.
It's meant to be the antithesis to Lee's strong fist, which is capable of breaking the armor, and is given the name opposite to gentle fist for that exact reason.
I still say that Neji could win. What does the comment section say?
Honestly, I haven't looked because once you told me that you were the one viewer, I was like, oh, well.
I mean, I'm still on here.
Yeah. You see any comments?
Nope.
Guess
We need to
wasn't tuning in.
We need to have a we need to have a poll done with this. Like, who would actually win? Because I, honest to God, think Neji beats Cecil's ass. Like, as much as I love Cecil, like, fuck Cecil compared to Neji.
Well, I mean, we put it to a vote, just like we do every time. Shelly thinks Cecil would win, and I think Cecil would win. So,
well, fine then. I know that the city of Cecil would definitely win because he can freely change between the two of them.
Brian, how fast do you think Cecil is?
Not that fast. He's faster than normal when he's a paladin, but that's only at like running speed. That's not like anything else.
That's not while fighting.
Because like he loses some of his armor when he becomes a paladin.
Does that make any sense?
Well, he sheds it because he's like when he's fully armored when he's a paladin. You can't.
I'm more powerful now because I take it off, or
I don't understand why they do it, but it's the class system. That's how you balance it out.
It's kind of like that weird Super Saiyan grade 2 level where everybody's like muscles get swole as all get out, but they can't move as fast.
The one that's like Super Saiyan 3? Stupid.
Yeah.
I like how you just followed that up with a single word, stupid. It made me happy.
Super Saiyan 3 is stupid.
I know it's stupid.
It's just like Broly. It's so dumb.
But anyway, remember last time we saw Super Saiyan 3?
Yeah, in Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, the very beginning, the 4th episode of Dragon Ball Super.
No, you saw it again in when Trunks came back.
Oh, okay.
Because he was showing off for Trunks. Okay, in the manga, Trunks' Super Saiyan 2 is about the same power as Goku's Super Saiyan 3.
Yep.
But in the anime, like, Trunks wasn't even close to Goku's Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah, the way it works.
But Trunks started getting closer to them when they were in Super Saiyan God. Power levels are bullshit.
Well, that's
so wait,
because,
in the
like,
manga,
the whole
Super Saiyan 2 is stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku almost?
Yeah. Trunks' base form was so strong that by the time he went Super Saiyan 2, his Super Saiyan 2 was stronger than Goku's Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah, well, because transformations are kind of... Yeah, the Trunks transformations are kind of BS. He just kind of, like, takes that one transformation and trains it up to be stronger as opposed to just going to a new one, because they kind of don't really do anything in the grand scheme, at least in like Super Saiyan like 1, 2, and 3. Now when you get to like God and Blue, it's completely different, obviously, but
like I would use Super Saiyan 2, but that's about as far as you should go.
yeah.
Well, if you say Cecil would win, then fine.
I like how
I
we talked
concede.
about DBZ and then just brought it all back. But yeah.
Also, final topic of discussion for today. I've watched anime finally again.
I just got through watching one too.
Yeah, I need to go watch that episode actually after we get off here. I've watched like 8 episodes of March Comes In Like a Lion today, and I started this morning. It's really good. It's really good.
That's like me and Degrassi.
It's really fucking good. Like I didn't think I'd like it.
Is that new Degrassi any good?
No.
Wait, is that what?
Is the newest Degrassi any good? Is that what's on Netflix? Is that a new one, or is that like a recent one that's?
No, it's new. It's better than what it has been recently when it was on Teen Nick, but it's still nowhere as good as the old ones.
Okay. Drizzy.
I just wanted to see Dre get shot.
Stop. I was having a conversation with a friend about that. She was like, what does this new Degrassi become? Like, back in old Degrassi, you had different problems. Like, Drake was getting shot, but now it's like, somebody made fun of me at school. Like, what?
Yeah, in the newest season, the girl just had an abortion. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? I was like, oh, wow, I haven't seen an abortion angle since Jenna, I think.
Yeah.
Since Jenna was thinking about it. And then before Jenna was Manny. Manny went through it. Or was it Liberty? I don't remember.
Seen the Jamaican Thundercats opening?
Yeah, I've heard it.
It good.
Well, I think that's the end of the stream.
Whoa. We were just getting into our Degrassi stride.
I think that's the end of the stream.
You love Degrassi, Brian.
Nope.
Brian, remember Craig?
No, I don't. I just wanted to say that, like, I've started watching anime again. I've watched Tanya the Evil yesterday. I like it all right. Like, I'm not really into, like, the setting, but Tanya's interesting, and the animes, like, and the animations look really fucking good. So I'll stick with it for a bit. Probably drop it after, like, 3 or 4 episodes, honestly. March Comes In Like a Lion is really fucking addictive. Like, I should have been careful because now I'm obsessed. Well, not obsessed, but like I'm super invested. Because that whole I love the art style of that show because it works really well with lines and colors, and just shading in general. It's fucking deliciously beautiful. And I watched Konosuba. The art in that show looks fucking terrible, like compared to last season, but it's still funny as shit, so I guess it balances out.
Konosuba is God's blessing to this earth.
It is fucking hilarious. I love that show so much.
But a Yada Yada Daze compilation.
Still need to go back and watch JoJo's if I'll ever want to again.
Also, Yuri on Ice can eat it, man.
I don't know if I want to watch that or not.
Man.
Like, at this point, it's just out of spite.
Just because everyone keeps talking about it.
Best opening over Great Days.
Best animation, too.
Over Mob Psycho.
Over Mob Psycho.
Black on someone.
It's just a popularity contest.
I know. And it was recency bias. So. Also, it got coverage in South Park, and that probably did not help with its popularity.
See, it's
Actually, it really helped with its popularity, but that's why it won the Anime Awards for Crunchyroll.
It's the same thing when people say that Aang would beat Korra in a fight.
By the way, next time we stream, we're gonna have our own personal anime awards, just to get the taste out of the shit out of our mouth.
Again, I haven't watched enough anime to do this.
You can do it.
There's no way I can do it.
Well, we can do it. Just best anime awards ever.
Dude, I watch too much wrestling during the week in order to fit in any anime.
We can do this, Shelly. I promise. You just need to do some research, is all.
Okay, I watched 2 hours of wrestling yesterday.
We can do this shit.
2 hours of wrestling today.
Research is all. I think I would have called that a stream.
There's 3 hours tomorrow.
George, cut it.
3 hours on.
We're done. It's over. I'm going to bed. I'm gonna go look for this Rule 34 Zelda. Oh God. Good night, everybody.
I'm listening to the Jamaican Thundercats opening.
Man cat, girl cat, dog cat, even have a fucking chicken on your face, that's almighty.
Guys, go out.
George, this is copyrighted. You're gonna get a strike.
No, it's not.
You think that, but then someone's gonna come at you with a copyright strike. And they're like, bitch.
Thank you guys for tuning in so much.
Thank you guys. We love you.